Hey guys, what's going on? This is your girl, Bottle E of the E and Friends podcast. Thank you for tuning into another bi-weekly episode with your girl. So, guys, continue to keep up with me on Instagram at E and Friends Pod and on Twitter at Erica Jones with the Z on the end. And thank you for all my listeners who are consistent listeners. People who I think that aren't listening, they are listening. Thank you. I appreciate you so much. Thank you to all my listeners from all over the world, my international listeners. You guys play a great deal in this thing called podcasting because you guys give me a lot to go on. And plus, you guys communicate with me a lot. So I appreciate it. So before we go ahead and start the show, let me tell you guys something about podcasting. Podcasting is not easy. It's very hard. And for over a year now, maybe 2 years now, I have been doing these solo dolos. And I've been doing them by myself because, once the pandemic had came, it was just hard to, to really get with other people and have those, back and forth dynamics. And so what I've been trying to do is, trying to reach out for a couple people every now and then. You guys know that I will have a guest or some sort. It's a lot with doing that. But what I did not realize is that me doing my solo dolo, it really works. Like a lot of people like it. So I am going to get back out there and start doing, interviews, with different folks and stuff who are doing different things in this world. So I am going to get back to doing those since things are starting to open up now. I'm going to start doing that. But it seems like every time I start to do a podcast, it's always something. Like something always comes up to make me not do this podcast. So that's the hard part of podcasting because I am not a person who will take all these stuff and like make sure it's correct and know all this stuff. I'm not that. Like I'm a technical person, but I'm not that technical with all these stuff. And I'm telling you, if it wasn't for my husband, I probably would not be doing this podcast. Okay. And if I was doing the podcast without him, that means that I am very successful in it. But at the same time, I am going to have a producer, an engineer. The only thing I'm going to do, show up, make sure everything is the way I want it, take out what I don't want, add this. I would just have to say so. But as far as me cutting, editing, all that stuff, no, I don't want no part of it because that's not me. So if you're a person who don't like all that, maybe podcasting is not for you, or you pay somebody to do it for you. Just simple as that. I'm just lucky to have somebody who actually does it, who has a network, who does this thing. So, but just letting you know, it's like it's always something. And what really keeps me going is that I know that this can be a very successful podcast because a lot of people love it. And the more, you guys love it, the more I am, willing to do it. So thank you for that. Now, before we get into the show, I kind of have some local news for you guys, just crazy stuff that's going on in the media that not only here in North Carolina we see, but also all over the place around the world. But since I'm here in North Carolina, I just want to speak on a couple things that we have going on here. So the first thing that we have going on is this town called Kinley out here in North Carolina. Of course, you may say that it may be a racist town. It's a very small town that's been around for a very long time. And recently there were a Black town manager that came in. Well, before she could even get in and do anything, they voted her out 3-2. A lot of the policemen, they quit their job. They resigned because they did not want to work with her. So before we even knew that this woman was Black, we were saying, hey, what is going on for the whole police task force to just quit? After being working for so much amount of years, what makes them just want to quit? Well, come to find out, was a new sheriff in town, which was a Black woman. And I'm not sure if she was around the area, that she lived in the area, knew about it, or she just came from a different place. But as she was doing her interview, in the courtroom after they voted her out, she was just saying that she was trying to come in and she was actually trying to make a difference, trying to clean things up, not to disturb anything or what was going on, just trying to make everything equal and fair and just do her job and do what she's supposed to do. So, of course, once everything was all done, she said, she just wanted to do that. But since, that's not possible now, hopefully the next person comes in, they'll be able to make the progress that she wanted to make. So the mayor actually said the reason why, we voted her out, it wasn't because, she was Black. It was because things were just not going the right way. So we all know what that means, but it's okay. But she's getting almost half her salary, about $50,000. She's going to get that, so she is going to get some type of funds, for that. And I hope her well in her new endeavors that she gets. So maybe she can start something else in another whole place. But all that goes to show you who really runs a place, who really have their hands so deep in things to the point where just a regular normal individual can't come in and do their job. Someone has to actually put a stop in it, because it will ruin everything that they have been doing for all these years. So now we got this one person come in and she's going to stop all that, and we can't no longer do all those things while she's here. So let's go ahead and get her out. So that's what they did. So I think that's kind of messed up, but that's the way the world is. A lot of things are messed up. And so, we just have to move on, and we just going to have to keep on moving, right? So the next thing that's going on in North Carolina, we have a high school teacher here in one of these North Carolina schools who was charged on sexual abuse by a 15-year-old. She was actually a 32-year-old woman that looked like she was about 50-something years old. I know this happens a lot, but anytime that you are a student, you can't sexually harass or abuse any of the kids. Now, when I was growing up, I was in school, we had substitute teachers, we had regular teachers, and no one never really looked at them that way. You know why? Because first of all, they were always older, seemed like. It was nobody never young. Everybody was always older. And plus, they probably knew your family, and they would tell your family on you, if you're, being bad or whatever in class and stuff. So my generation, 80s, 90s baby, we never went through anything like that. But now you have teachers who are late 20s, they're 30 years old, and they're going into these high school and they are teaching. And things are different now. So everyone looks different. The body appearance is different. So everybody starts, these emotions start running, and these kids start lusting after their teachers and stuff. But it doesn't mean that you as a teacher, as an adult, have to act on them. But sexually abusing a 15-year-old, this person is nowhere near an adult. It's just wrong. And it's a lot of that sickness going on. They are people who are in churches that are abusing these kids. You have people who are like on city council. They are doing this stuff. Like people who are up there, who are supposed to be our leaders and stuff and follow. They are actually doing all these things that they are not supposed to be doing. But on a more crazier note, speaking of crazy people, Walmart, this happened in Concord, North Carolina, where this guy, I think he was in his 30s, the other man who was the victim, he was like 55 years old, they were in the parking lot fighting over a parking space. Now, we all know how crazy Walmart can get, because I hate going to Walmart. I hate going and shopping in Walmart because it just makes me so mad to go down an aisle and somebody just shooting right by me. Like, you have to stop and see if anyone else coming first, but they just shoot on out. They do it like how they drive, and it frustrates me. I call Walmart the ghetto, okay? Because you can go to Target, none of that stuff happens. You can go to Publix, none of that happens. You can go to Lowe's Food, none of that happens. Only in Walmart. Hell, you can go to Food Line for those of you who are in the South, and none of that happens. But Walmart is the devil. That's what I say. So the 55-year-old man had actually died. So this 30-something-year-old guy, he rammed his car into that person's car, and then he fled the scene. No one knows as of now if the guy was inside the car or he was outside the car at the time of the incident, but he actually killed someone just by having a confrontation in the parking lot of Walmart. And there are so many things that happen on these roads. We have people who are driving on the roads, and it may be them who's at fault, but they turn around and they run you off the road, or they pull a gun out at you, and people are crazy. We had an incident happen here not too long ago, a couple weeks ago. This young couple, a girl and a boy, they were driving in their car. There was this driver who was very eager to get ahead of them, and I guess they were just driving too slow. So what he did is he started, try to run them off the road and stuff. And then he pulled out a gun and he shot this woman in her head. Luckily, this woman didn't die. She did made it. And her boyfriend was on camera, and he came out and he was saying she just found out that she was pregnant. Like, she just came from the doctor and told her that she was pregnant. And I guess that's when they jumped in a car and they were going somewhere. And then here comes this idiot, comes on the road and do that just over road rage. This road rage happens all the time. I don't know why people do it. And a lot of times, or back in the day, we used to be like, all that stuff like that. And you really can't do too much of that now, because you are putting your life in jeopardy and everyone else who's in your car. Like, you may have your kids in your car, your family in your car. So you're putting everyone's life in jeopardy. So a lot of times, if you're not, able to carry, your concealed weapon, you will have to kind of bite your tongue sometimes, when you're doing that, because a lot of people out here don't have anything to lose. And when I say don't have anything to lose, it means they are ready and willing to do anything because their life is already fucked up. There is nothing to keep them going. So what they do, they go out, they bother other people, they get in this shit, and they just don't give a damn whether they live, whether they die, whether they go to jail. They don't care. And it's sad to be living in a world like this, considering what's all going on. You would think that everyone would come together and, we just live in this one world together. But I'm sorry to say, but that's never going to happen. We are never going to be a world that lives together and get along. It's just simple as that. We're not. That's my opinion. You can think whatever you want to think, but all these years have passed by and we still doing the same thing and worse. It's not going to get no better. So the road rage have to stop. Sex trafficking has to stop. These abusing needs to stop. Like, all these unnecessary things, it needs to stop. Okay. So another good thing, let's get off the local and let's switch a little bit. So you guys know that I've been talking about the student loan forgiveness, right? But guess what? It looks like we may be getting some progress with that. So it looks like Biden may approve at least $10,000 forgive off their debt. Now, if you have like Pell Grants and stuff like that, you might could be eligible about $20,000 or more. And some of us can have our student loans erased, gone, poof. How y'all like the sound of that? I know I love the sound of that because I've been waiting for a very long time. So y'all know Model E got her eyes on everything. She's researching everything about, okay, let me see if there's going to be anything that I need to do because I'm going to be in that line, because student loans hurt you. I don't know if y'all notice, but student loans will hurt you. If you ever go and you apply for anything, whether it's a loan to get a house or to get a car, you know that the student loans are the first thing that they talk about. And if your student loans are not intact, meaning if you are not on some sort of plan, if you are not paying them back consistently like how you're supposed to be, they will hurt you. So this student loan forgiveness, I think is going to be a great thing. It's going to be a major move in a lot of people's lives. And for the folks out there, listen to me carefully. For the folks out there who are complaining about, well, I've already paid my student loans off, this is not fair. Well, woo-hoo, you paid your student loans off. That means you didn't have a hard time. That means you are probably working in your profession and you are making a whole lot of money and you don't need no help. Or your parents may have paid your student loans off. Or you may just have a red carpet laid up under you. Okay, well, a lot of us don't have a red carpet. That's what I'm here to say. So I need help getting rid of my student loans. A lot of people need help getting rid of their student loans. And I'm not even asking to get rid of all. Just take some of it, about half of it. I'll be good with that. Okay. So those of you who it's not fair. So what you do, you need to talk to Biden about that and see if he'll cut you a check. Okay. Talk to him about that. Leave us out of that shit because we need some damn help. Okay. Yes, right. That's from Model E. All right. Let's see what I can get into today. Ladies, would you wear a Depend G-string? Yes. We all know what a G-string is. You got a little bit covering the front and you just got a string going down your ass. That's a G-string. Now, you got all these bladder issues. You got to go to the bathroom and you can't hold it. That shit ain't cute. It's life. But it ain't cute enough for you to be wearing some G-string. So what they came up with, I don't think this is true. I don't think this is true. But I don't know. You can't really guess things these days, but it might be true. But I don't think it's true. I think it's a fluke. But you can now get you some Depends with the G-string. So you still can have, a little overactive bladder at the same time. But then, it looks sexy too. If that's what you want. I ain't up for it. If I got a little bit of PQ coming out every now and then, I ain't worried about being cute. I'm sorry, that just all good. I want to get that situation cleared up. And if I can't, I just don't want no other parts of it being cute. I'm just going to, wear my panties, the little pad attached to it, and just keep on going about my day. I ain't got time having no G-string. All right, guys, next thing. Oh, this segment is going to be the advertisement section, the as seen on TV. Yes, as seen on TV section. So, y'all like my Freddie Krueger shirt? My son gave it to me. And all right. I love Freddie Krueger. So, the Lume deodorant. I don't know if you guys have heard about the Lume deodorant, but I think they got probably about 3 or 4 different things. You can put it under your arm. And you can, put in other parts of your body. But the one that stick out to me the most was one for your booty hole. So, I guess if your booty hole, got a little funk that's going on to it. So from what I see, how you do it is put it on your hand like that. And then you rub it down the crack of your ass. That's how I saw that you would do it. And it said that it'll be, you'll be good. Like, you won't have no type of odor, no nothing like that. They say it really works. But I've been looking online, and I went and checked out the reviews. So here's what some of the people were saying. So I've been using Lume on and off for about a year. I will say first and foremost that it is incredibly effective with any body odor. As a woman, they say it's very effective. Okay. One says it takes some time to work, but when it does, it's amazing. Nothing has worked like Lume. Someone else says, I got a rash from the scented one, but the unscented one works great. And someone says, the product itself works. No underarm odor, even in the hottest weather. 2 downsides though. It stinks really bad, and I ended up with a horrible, burning, itchy rash. That's not good. No rashes. Now we just complicate things and we made it worse. Someone else says, so far for my first week of Lume, I'm enjoying it and it's been working for me. I got the tube sampler pack and didn't like the smell of the lavender sage either. Like some people are saying, I think it's just opinion. The product itself doesn't smell too bad. It's just a bit strong, but once you put it on, it's fine. Now, most of these reviews has actually came from people who look like me, from Black folks. Now, I believe that anytime you put anything out there on the market that says it's going to take away this odor, a lot of people's going to grasp to it and they're going to go and buy it and they're going to try it out. Me? No. You know why? Because I believe in washing my ass. Because if you wash your ass, you won't be stinking. That's my whole thought about it. So, the only place I ever thought about putting deodorant was under my arms. I never thought about putting deodorant between the crack of my ass. That's not how I grew up. I'm sorry. Not to down Lume or anything like that. But if it works, it works. I know there are a lot of people who have issues, with their underarm odor. So what? You can go, Dove has a deodorant for you where you don't have to have a doctor's prescription, that you can go and buy it at the store and it's medicated for you and it helps those underarms. But I truly believe if you wash your ass, I think you'll be fine. I don't want no rashes. See, as a woman, you can't put too many things in your vagina, in your butt. You just can't do that because those are very sensitive areas. No foreign object should go in those areas because you got fragrance, when you're young or whatever. And some people still do it now. They used to douche. Douching, that's not good for you. It takes away all your good bacteria and it makes it worse than what it is. And then now you got a bacteria vaginosis and you go to the doctor give you some medicine, some pills to take. And guess what? Now that turned into a full-blown yeast infection. So now you got a yeast infection. So now you looking like cottage cheese down there. You smelling like a fish and you just downright uncomfortable. You go back to the doctor. They give you more medicine. Guess what? You're going to get clear up for probably about another month and a half. And next thing you know, you're back at it again. That's what they do to keep you in there. So let me go ahead and tell y'all this. You go to NaTuralMee.com, natural, double E on the end. You get you some yoni steaming. We have 3 different type of herb blends. You choose which one suits you. You get your steam seed, and you can even buy some oil if you want to put on your hair, your skin, and your nails. Try yoni steaming. Put it over nice hot water. It's steam. Make sure it's not too hot. You don't want to burn yourself. And also, make sure that you don't have any open wounds, any sores, anything you got going on. Please make sure that is cleared up at least a week or 2 before you try steaming. Yoni steaming will actually help a lot. It has a lot of benefits. Ladies, a lot of us are going through thyroid issues. We have hemorrhoids out there. We have those BVs, yeast infections, irregular periods. Periods stay on for a whole 5 to 7 days. No. If you have a period, your period can last like 3 days, and it'll become more regular. So y'all listen to me when I say this. I know it's a lot of things going on out there about yoni steaming, and yes, it's been around for a very long time, but it's coming back popular in demand right now. So you guys can go to your girl website, NaTuralMee.com. Go ahead and buy it. I got a whole set up for you, ready to go. It's everything you need with instructions. Go ahead and get it. Okay? And if you have any questions, you guys know how to contact me. You can always ask me any questions anytime. I got you. But keep your vagina fresh the right way. Don't put no deodorant down there, because those things have a bunch of perfume, a bunch of added fragrance, glycerin, and all that. It's not good for you. My gynecologist told me once, and I've been hearing it all my life, but I never believed it until she put it in a certain way. She said, your vagina is like a self-cleaning oven. It'll clean yourself. She said, you don't have to put soap down there. She said, you just clean the outside area and you let the shower do the rest. So I took her advice, and I put a little bit of soap up. I just can't go soapless. I can't do that. I got to do a little something. So I started doing that, just be more gentle, be more easier. Because when I was younger, my mom messed me up when I was younger. My mom used to wash me so hard with a whole lot of soap. And my grandmother used to say, you better stop putting all that soap up on that baby. You're going to hurt her in the future. And that's why I got a lot of BVs and yeast infections until, a few years ago when I started yoni steaming. Poof, it was gone. I was cleared. But it's not good for you ladies, okay? I know I just gave y'all a little health and wellness. That's good. It's all good. We got to do that sometimes. But just want to give you guys, y'all know if I got any information, I'm going to give it to you. I'm going to be straight up with you, because y'all know I would never tell y'all about something that I really haven't tried myself. Y'all know I won't do that to y'all. So I'm not saying don't buy any of these things, but just be careful. Just be careful. And really all you got to do is just do one thing, is just wash your ass. That's all. Wash your ass and watch the amount, of soap that you put down there. And, kind of watch what you wash with as well, too, because a lot of times your laundry detergent will irritate you. A lot of the soaps that you use will irritate you. I only use about 2 to 3 soaps, like in my life, that I use. My main number one is always Ivory. My second one is Dove. And my third one is, what is it called? Not Irish Spring. Irish Spring will kill the mosquitoes, so I ain't about to put that up there. It's like a Jergens, and Jergens is pretty good. Yeah. So just go ahead and handle that, ladies. All right. So go ahead and handle that. And another thing that I want to talk about is Labor Day. I recorded this podcast today on Labor Day. By the time you see this, it will be Tuesday, day after Labor Day. And once Labor Day rolls around, we all know that the cold weather is starting. The leaves are starting to fall, change. Weather that I don't like, because I love the summer. I feel like I can really be outside. I can get a whole lot of things done. I can just get a whole lot of things done. And when it's cold, I hibernate. I'm like a bear. I hibernate. I don't want to go anywhere. But I'm going to get out of that this year, because I can't keep myself in the house, because I've been doing so good, health-wise, exercising and stuff like that. So I'm just going to be putting on a whole lot of clothes, and I'm going to go outside and continue to do all that stuff. But one thing I do love about the fall and winter is pumpkin spice time. So I've already had my pumpkin cold brews from Dunkin's, and I love it. So I do love that time of the weather. And plus those damn mosquitoes can go back to sleep. because I'm tired of the ass. I really am. And I know y'all is too. So thank you for tuning into the E and Friends podcast. And this is your bi-weekly episode with your girl, Model E. Can't be good. Be careful. Be safe, guys.